Good morning, viewers. Welcome to our channel. Today, we'll be talking about English syllabus on the use of English for Jamb students. Most times, we've always seen students not doing well in their Jamb or probably scoring low marks. It's because you don't understand how the syllabus work, or probably you don't understand how you're supposed to answer your question in Jamb. Today, we'll be looking at the breakdown of the English syllabus. JAM is testing us on the use of English and it's supposed to guide you, it's supposed to prepare you for your JAM exam. And they are also evaluating you on how you are able to communicate, on your reading, and on your spoken and also your written English skills. It also look at the ability for you to be able to use English in tertiary institutions, and that's why we are looking at a full breakdown of the use of English syllabus. The use of English syllabus is divided into three. We have the comprehension, we have the lesson structure, and we have the oral section. The comprehension passage. The comprehension passage is meant for us to be able to read and understand the passage. Then we can be able to answer a question or some questions under the comprehension passage. The comprehension passage usually is gotten from a narrative essay, descriptive essay, argumentative essay, or expository essay. Regardless of where it's coming from, we are just supposed to be able to understand what the passage is talking about. Then we answer some questions on it. The comprehension passage or sometimes summary that are given us are supposed to test or evaluate candidates on their ability to understand the full passage. One, they're supposed to evaluate or help the student understand the structures used in the passage, be it phrases, clauses, sentences, idiomatic expressions, and so on. It is also helping or evaluating students to understand the coherent and logical meaning from the passage. That's why sometimes they are going to be asking us, what do you think is the right title for this comprehension passage? Comprehension passage is just all about testing your ability to read and understand the full passage. When we talk about lessons and structure, I can assure you categorically that we are talking about around 95 to 97% of the English grammar. Everything in this section deals with English grammar, how we are able to intercept antonyms, how we are able to intercept synonyms, how we are able to intercept homonyms, how we are able to intercept the general English structures or grammar and their usage, how we are able to look at interpretation of the sentences, how we are able to look at filling the gaps, how we are able to look at the use of the structures, the mood, the tone, and the aspect and tense used in the sentence. We are looking at some information that are best conveyed. They are going to be asking us, how do you think this word is best conveyed? We are also looking at the comparative and superlative structure of the words used in this aspect. You can see that we have been able to categorize everything that we're expected to see in the lexis and structure. And also we are having the little meanings that we can be able to attach to all this so that we can understand what this section holds. Now, what are candidates expected to know? Candidates are expected to look at the grammatical pattern, the words, and their expression. Secondly, they are expected to know the right use of punctuations, the correct spelling of the words used. They are also expected to know the similar in meaning and the opposite in meaning of words. And lastly, they are expected to be able to interpret the right idea or how a word is being conveyed or best expressed in the sentence or in the question. As Ella described, it's a section that deals with your full knowledge of the English grammar. How well are you grounded in the English grammar? And when we're talking about the English grammar, we are referring to Navica. which are the part of speech or part of speeches as I like to refer them to be. So your knowledge about this part of speech is what JAM is testing in this section. Now let's look at the breakdown of the marks allocated to this section. The marks allocated for this section, the totality of the marks allocated for this section is 70 marks. And this is the breakdown. We have sentence interpretation, how well you are able to interpret your sentences, which is best conveyed or the best or right information used in the sentence. We have 10 questions for them at 2 marks each. 2 times 10 is equals to 20. So we have 20 marks for the 1 to 10 questions. Then from there, we'll go to antonyms. Antonyms simply refers to opposites in meaning. We have 10 questions each at 2 marks each for them. So we have another 2 times 10, we have another 20 marks. Then we have synonyms, which is nearest in meaning. We have 10 questions and it carries 1 mark each, and that is 1 times 10, we have 10 marks. 20 plus 10 gives us 50 marks. Lastly, we are looking at sentence completion, that is best filling the gaps and the likes. Sometimes might be registered and so on. We are having 20 questions in this section and it carries 1 mark each. That is a total of 70 marks. The first one, we have the 20 marks. The second section, we have the 20 marks. The third section, we have 10 marks. And the last one, we have 20 marks. That is a total of 70 marks in the lexics and structure section. Lastly, let's talk about the